Never expose yourself. 7 Stoic lessons. Do you think that true strength comes from fighting against the world? Think again. In the world of Stoicism, the most powerful force is found in silence and stillness, an idea that challenges everything you know. Today, I will reveal how this ancient philosophy can transform your life in surprising ways. Discover why great thinkers like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius believed that the key to happiness and resilience is not in noise and hustle, but in serenity and self-control. Stay with me and prepare for a journey that will challenge your beliefs and awaken your curiosity in your quest for a more fulfilling and balanced life. 1. Quietness is the way of the wise. At the heart of Stoic wisdom echoes a timeless advice from Seneca: prefer to be rather than to seem. This maxim, as simple as it is profound, unveils the essence of the true Stoic. Contrary to the clamor for recognition and applause, the Stoic engages in a more intimate and meaningful journey: the search for inner peace. In a world where ostentation and appearances often dictate the rules, we choose a distinct path: quietness. By embracing this quietness, we distance ourselves from the external chaos, finding refuge in the serenity of our own soul. It is not an escape, but a conscious choice of where we place our energy and attention. In this journey, the battles we face and the victories we achieve are largely invisible to others. However, this does not diminish their value. Our triumph is not measured in praise or public recognition, but in the tranquility we cultivate within us. And this tranquility is not a calm sea, but the ability to maintain calm in the storms of life. Quietness, therefore, is more than silence. It is a state of balance and understanding. It is the ability to be in the midst of the world's whirlwind and yet remain true to oneself, to one's values and principles. It is the art of living according to one's own nature, without being carried away by external expectations and pressures. This quest for inner peace is a wise path because it teaches us about the importance of authenticity. We live in an age of constant show where many lose themselves in the search for external approval. But by choosing quietness, we also choose authenticity. We choose to be and not just to seem. In the end, quietness is an invitation to look within, to recognize and appreciate the beauty and strength that reside in our innermost being. It is an invitation to live more consciously, fully and truly. And by making this choice, we find not just peace, but also a deep and lasting joy. This is the way of the wise, a path that everyone can choose, but which requires courage and commitment. It is the path of those who, even in silence, have much to say. And in this silence, we find the answers that the noisy world often cannot provide. Quietness, after all, is the true way of the wise. 2. The power of detachment. In Stoic philosophy, Epictetus presents a transformative perspective. We are not disturbed by things, but by the view we have of them. This reflection opens the door to the powerful concept of detachment. Detachment is not indifference, but a form of liberation. We free ourselves from the grip of destructive emotions, denying them the power to dictate our steps and disturb our peace. This art of detachment does not imply a lack of care or love for the things of the world. On the contrary, it is an exercise in understanding the impermanence and transitory nature of all things. We learn to see events and situations exactly as they are, stripped of our expectations and desires. It is a process of recognizing that, while some things are under our control, many others are not. By practicing detachment, we find a unique freedom. A freedom that comes from acceptance, not only of situations as they present themselves, but also of ourselves and our reactions to them. By accepting, we begin to understand that true freedom lies in our ability to choose how we react to life's circumstances. Detachment also teaches us about inner strength. By detaching ourselves, we cultivate a resilience that allows us to face life's adversities with balance and serenity. We learn to distinguish between what deserves our energy and what should be left behind. This approach allows us greater mental clarity. Without the weight of negative emotions and unrealistic expectations, our minds become more agile and open. We begin to perceive opportunities where before we saw only obstacles, and to find peace where there was only turmoil. Therefore, the power of detachment is, in essence, the power to live with lightness and wisdom. It is a tool that empowers us to navigate through life with a clearer perspective and a calmer heart. And in this detachment, paradoxically, we find a deeper and more authentic connection with the world around us and with ourselves. It is a journey towards true freedom, a freedom that begins within each one of us. 3. Virtue is enough. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, offers us timeless wisdom. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This powerful maxim guides us to a fundamental truth at the heart of Stoicism: the pursuit of virtue as the path to true happiness. At the core of Stoic philosophy is the belief that virtue is not just a means to an end, but an end in itself. Virtue is seen not as a ladder to achieve happiness, but as the very ground upon which happiness blooms. In other words, contentment and serenity are not found in the applause and recognition that our actions may generate, but in the inherent rightness of those actions. This perspective teaches us to value integrity and morality above all things. When our actions are guided by virtue, they become sources of inner peace and self-esteem, regardless of how they are received or perceived by others. The true value of our actions lies in their conformity with ethical and moral principles, not in success or external approval. Embracing virtue as sufficient for happiness is an exercise in focus and mental discipline. It requires the ability to keep our thoughts aligned with our highest values, even in the face of the temptations and challenges of the external world. This approach to life promotes a clarity and simplicity of purpose that is profoundly liberating. This pursuit of virtue also allows us a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. By prioritizing rightness in our actions, we cultivate a sharper awareness of the impact of our choices, not just on our own lives, but also on the lives of others and the world as a whole. Therefore, Marcus Aurelius's message resonates as a reminder that true happiness is not found in external achievements, but in the quality and integrity of our thoughts and actions. By choosing virtue as our guide, we find a contentment that is both enduring and deeply satisfying. Virtue, in its essence, is more than sufficient for a full and meaningful life. 4. Mastery over passions. Plato, a precursor of Stoic thought, spoke a powerful truth. Passion is the tyranny of the soul. This assertion challenges us to reflect on the role of passions in our lives and the importance of mastering them. In Stoicism, mastery over passions is not just a recommendation, it's a fundamental pillar for achieving serenity and freedom. Passions, when uncontrolled, can indeed become tyrants, ruling our actions and reactions in ways that often lead us away from reason and good sense. They have the power to blind us, leading us to act impulsively without considering the long-term consequences of our choices. Therefore, mastering our passions is an essential step to living a balanced and conscious life. This mastery does not mean the suppression or denial of emotions. On the contrary, it's about understanding and managing our desires and fears in a way that they do not dominate us. We acknowledge and accept our emotions, but we do not allow them to be the sole guides of our actions. True freedom, as proposed by Stoicism, emerges from this control over passions. It's a freedom that goes beyond the absence of external restrictions. It's the freedom not to be a slave to our own impulses and unchecked desires. In this state, we are capable of making decisions based on reason, clarity, and wisdom, not on the turbulence of emotions. Controlling our desires and fears leads us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We learn to act not in pursuit of immediate gratification, but in alignment with our higher values and principles. This alignment provides us with a sense of peace and purpose, as we know that our actions are authentic reflections of who we are and what we value. Thus, Plato's message resonates through the centuries, reminding us of the importance of maintaining balance and harmony within ourselves. By mastering our passions, we do not become less human, but more capable of living a full, conscious, and free life. It's an invitation to explore the depths of our own nature and discover the strength and serenity that come from a balanced mastery over the emotions that dwell in our souls. 5. Resilience as a shield. Epictetus, with his Stoic wisdom, offers us a powerful perspective. Nothing external to your reasoning has any power over it. This statement guides us towards understanding resilience not just as a survival tool, but as a protective shield for our inner serenity. In this context, resilience is more than the ability to withstand or recover from adversity. It's the ability to face life's storms with equanimity and inner strength. It's not about defending against the world itself, but protecting our mental state, our balance and inner peace, regardless of external circumstances. By cultivating resilience, we learn to view adversities not as insurmountable misfortunes, but as opportunities to strengthen our character and wisdom. Each challenge, each obstacle becomes a moment of learning and growth. Instead of being shaken by every setback, we maintain our serenity, trusting in our ability to overcome and learn from experiences. This approach to facing challenges with equanimity and confidence in our inner strength is what truly defines resilience. It's not a denial of pain or suffering, but an acceptance that such experiences are part of the human journey. And more importantly, it's a recognition that we have the power and capacity to deal with them. Arming ourselves with resilience, we're not closing off from the world, but fortifying ourselves to interact with it in a healthier and more balanced way. We recognize that, while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we react to these events. Our strength lies not in favorable external circumstances, but in the strength and serenity we cultivate within ourselves. Therefore, Epictetus' message teaches us that true strength doesn't come from avoiding adversity, but from knowing how to face it with a balanced mind and a steady heart. By adopting resilience as a shield, we don't just survive life's storms, but emerge from them wiser, stronger, and more serene. It's an invitation to look within and discover the depth of our own resilience, an inexhaustible resource that resides at the core of our being. 6. Reflection and self-mastery. Know thyself, a phrase that echoes through the centuries from Socrates, establishes the cornerstone of philosophical thought and Stoic wisdom. Constant reflection on who we are, what we think, and how we act serves as a compass guiding us on our life's journey. This process of meticulous introspection is fundamental for cultivating self-mastery and personal growth. In this journey, reflection is more than just a mental exercise. It's a deep exploration of our psyche, a dive into the depths of our consciousness. By examining our actions, reactions, and thoughts, we begin to unravel the patterns and motivations that shape our behavior. This process of self-examination is not always easy, as it often confronts us with uncomfortable truths about ourselves. However, it's in this confrontation that self-mastery begins to form. Self-mastery, as proposed by Stoic philosophy, is the ability to maintain control over our emotional reactions and impulses, aligning them with reason and virtue. It's a form of self-discipline that goes beyond controlling actions. It's a refinement of character and personal values. By developing self-mastery, we become more balanced, centered, and capable of facing life's vicissitudes with serenity and wisdom. True Stoic wisdom, therefore, is not a final destination, but a continuous journey of self-discovery and improvement. It's a dynamic process of learning, adapting, and growing, fueled by the relentless pursuit of understanding ourselves and the world around us. This journey is not linear. It unfolds in layers, revealing new insights and understandings as we evolve. Through reflection and self-mastery, we cultivate greater clarity of thought, deeper inner peace, and robust resilience in the face of life's challenges. By truly knowing ourselves, not just on a superficial level, but in a deep and meaningful way, we open the doors to a more fulfilling, conscious, and rewarding life. Thus, Socrates' exhortation to know oneself continues to be an eternal invitation for all of us. It calls us to embark on an endless journey of discovery and personal growth, where reflection and self-mastery are our most valuable companions. This journey, filled with insights and transformations, is where the essence of Stoic wisdom resides. 7. The community of the self. In the midst of the individualistic path that we often tread, there emerges a Stoic invitation to a collective experience, the formation of a community united by us. In this community, we share not only our personal journeys in search of serenity, but also strengthen each other through this sharing. Stoic philosophy teaches us that, although our life experiences are deeply individual, the journey towards wisdom and growth is, in its essence, a collective journey. This concept of community in Stoic philosophy is a call for shared introspection. Instead of focusing on exposure and competition, we are invited to look within, to reflect on our actions, thoughts, and emotions. In this process, we discover that, by sharing our struggles and insights, we become stronger and wiser. Embracing the lessons of Stoicism in community allows us not only to survive life's storms, but to thrive in them. Together, we learn to find strength in stillness, power in self-mastery, and freedom in detachment. Stoic wisdom, passed down through the centuries, becomes more alive and relevant when lived and explored collectively. Therefore, this is the call of Stoicism, a summons for all who seek a path of growth and understanding. It's an invitation to enter a space where silence is powerful, strength is a virtue, and true self-control is the key to freedom. By embarking on this collective journey, we discover that mutual support and sharing of experiences enrich our understanding and practice of Stoic teachings. Come, be part of this community of the self. Join us on this Stoic journey, where each individual step contributes to a collective walk towards wisdom, serenity, and self-knowledge. Discover, alongside others, the transformative power of Stoicism and the profound impact it can have on your life and the lives of those around you. As we navigate the turbulent waters of life, the teachings of the great Stoic masters light our way. Today, you've discovered that, contrary to what many believe, true strength is not found in chaos, but in serenity, not in resistance, but in acceptance. If this journey of self-discovery and personal mastery resonated with you, don't let the flame go out. Join our community of thinkers and seekers of truth. If you liked this video, imagine what more we can explore together. Subscribe to the channel, leave your like, comment your reflections, and share this message of wisdom with those who, like you, are in search of a more fulfilling and balanced life. Remember, each step on the Stoic journey is a step towards a more authentic and serene life. Until the next video, where we will continue to explore the treasures of self-knowledge and personal growth. You won't want to miss it.